Hey guys, my name is Divya. I'm a doctor and I've been in a management role with a healthcare company for a while. My interest is to take management exams and I recently took the SHRM exam. I've been doing a series of videos to help everybody in the community to get certified. I really hope that these videos are helping you. If they are, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel. It would really mean a lot to me. It truly motivates me to keep making these videos. So please take a minute and subscribe to my channel. So I want to thank all of you for the overwhelming response that I've received from the community. You have kept me motivated and have kept me going. So big shout out to all of you. Today's video is dedicated to Archana George, because she's the one who raised this question and gave me the idea to make this video. The video is simple. The question was simple. The question is, how do I structure my studying through the learning management system? So I looked at this question and I thought that this definitely deserves a video. How do you structure your studying through this entire system, which is copious, which is large, which is voluminous, and how do you get through this? So this is what I'm going to talk about in this video. If you were hoping that I would cover another book or another way to prepare for this particular exam and not include the learning management system, sorry guys, sorry, this video is probably not for you. This one is focused on the learning management system and it's more of a chit chat than anything else. So let's get right into the video. Well, even before you begin studying, I would look at the exam that you're taking. The more information that you have about the exam that you're taking, the better off you're going to be. It just means that you've placed yourself in a really good position. So the SHRM, regardless of whether you're taking the CP exam or the SCP exam, has 160 questions. It's going to have 65 situational judgment questions and 95 standalone questions. The situational judgment questions actually give you a little bit of a paragraph, details, and want you to make a particular decision and a particular judgment. So they actually test your knowledge as an HR professional as to how you would react, how you would behave in different situations. The standalone questions are usually simpler. They're 1 or 2 lines, and they're more of a direct question. What is broadbanding? What is the green pay scale? What is a green zone? And all these things are covered in the learning management system. So even before you begin studying, take a minute to read up on Google or anywhere else about the exam, because it really helps. Now, if you've purchased the learning management system, then one of the first things I would do is go into tips and tools into the learning management system. This has 2 really neat places where we can go and explore. One is the exam tutorial, and I know this sounds like, you know, too much, too early to begin an exam tutorial, but I think it's just nice to have a look at it, and you can revisit this later on. So look at the exam tutorial and it would give you a lot of information about how the actual day of the exam is structured, and then go into frequently asked questions. The FAQs really answer a lot of questions that will be on your mind, and they also articulate questions that we haven't thought of, that others have posed, and you know, it's good learning and good understanding since the other people have asked these questions. All these things that I mentioned up until now are a review, are like, you know, just exploring and getting to know more about the exam structure, and what questions you might have or other people have about the exam. Once you have all this out of the way, now begins the actual preparation for the exam. So I used 3 things primarily in the learning management system. One was the actual material, the explore area where you can explore all the learning modules. The second were the flashcards, and the third were the practice exams. So if you know that these are the 3 mainstays of your studying, then you're going to focus everything around this. So the exploratory material section, or the learning modules, is where I spent the maximum time, maybe about 60 to 70%. So as we all know, there are six competencies that SHRM wants you to know: leadership, business, interpersonal, people, workplace, and organization. So these are the six competencies covered in the exploratory material section of the learning management system. Go over the competencies one by one. Every competency has multiple sections and multiple subsections. You want to read a subsection and then ensure that you're answering all the quizzes right after the subsection. Once you're done with a subsection or topic, remember to review it the next day. You want to review it so that knowledge and learning is actually cemented. Always remember that repetition is the mother of learning, and just looking at anything once is probably not as good as looking at it twice. So look at it once, repeat it the next day. The same thing with the quizzes on every single topic. Now let's say you're done with every single section and subsection in a particular competency. The next thing to do would be to look at the flashcards. The flashcards are divided into the six main competencies, and they are a snapshot of the entire competency and what you just read. This is a nice review instead of just looking at the quizzes or somewhere else of the competency you just read. And once you're done with your flashcards, it's time to move on to the next competency. In this manner, you would have repeated and reviewed every section and subsection in the learning management system twice, which is a really good thing. This will seem like a slow process when you begin. Don't get disheartened. Somewhere midway, you're going to even think that you're forgetting everything and you don't remember a thing that you studied. This is also truly normal. Just keep going. This is an important thing. The people who actually have some perseverance and keep moving through the roads, they make it till the end. The entire process of covering every single competency is going to probably take about 3 months. If it takes a little longer because you had some stuff going on, whether it's in your job or personal life, do not beat yourself up. It happens to the best of us. Remember, just keep going because perseverance is the name of the game. Once you're done with all the competencies, all the quizzes, and all the flashcards, this is the time to start beginning all the mock exams and the practice exams. There are 6 practice exams divided into initial assessments, post-tests, and practice tests that the learning management system offers. This should be something that you should begin towards the end. So in the last 4 to 6 weeks is when you should be attempting all these exams. Remember, if you are taking a test on a particular day, that's on day 1, just get your score from the system and then review all the answers the very next day. You want to review all the correct answers and the incorrect ones so that you ensure that you rectify yourself where you went wrong, and you also ensure that you cement where you went right. There are certain questions on a practice exam that we always get right but are not sure of the answer. Well, this is the time. This is the opportunity to ensure that you're sure of your answer and you feel confident. So I will always suggest that you take a day for a practice exam and a day or 2 to review the answers. The reviewing is when the learning happens. So to wrap up this video, I literally just gave you 3 to 4 tips on how to structure your studying. Begin by becoming familiar with the exam. Look at the tips and tricks offered by the learning management system. The bulk of your studying should be exploring all the materials. And last but definitely not the least, make sure you take advantage of all the practice exams and all the mock exams offered by the learning management system. If you structure your studying this way, it's going to take anywhere between 3 to 6 months, and that's fine. People who tell you that they only study for a couple of weeks, I don't know what to tell them. I don't even know whether to believe them sometimes. Maybe they're not lying, but it's as if their memory faded. So let's move on from there. Let's know that we need a certain amount of time because an exam like this deserves your time and attention. Once again, I do hope these videos are helping you. Thank you so much for watching.